I'm going to lead you on a meditation that is designed to help you to find your own inner compass in a stronger way, and to be able to find the new directions that so many people are seeking at this time. And many people are feeling a little bit lost because everything has changed so quickly, and those things that people could take for granted are now uncertain, and yet other possibilities are there. Other possibilities, it is up to us to build them. It is up to us to look for them, to find our own aspirations, our own hopes, the goals that we would like to work towards. And those goals can be big or small. It may be something as simple as finding a hobby that you can do in the circumstances you now find yourself. It may be that you're going to be looking for a whole new career or a new place to live, but this meditation will guide you to find more of your own direction finding skill, whether your ideas are big or small. I invite you to take a few moments to make yourself comfortable in a place where you're unlikely to be disturbed for around 15 minutes, and to ensure that your environment will remain a comfortable temperature as much as you can. I know if you're outdoors, things may change, but if that is the case, make sure that you can adjust your clothing so that you can be warmer or cooler as the need arises. Just take a moment to settle down, to settle your body into a comfortable position. And I'd like you to start by being aware of your body, aware of any tension. And we're not going to try and make that tension go away. We're just going to let it be there and to observe it. But I also want you to be aware of the part of your body that feels most comfortable at this time. That can often take some thinking about. For some people, they might find that their heart area or their abdomen is the most comfortable. Or for other people, their legs feel most comfortable, or their arms or a hand. You might even find that one part of your body feels a little bit cooler than another part of your body. Or you might be aware of a very slight tingling as your circulation, your blood circulation, starts to slow down a tiny bit. You've probably noticed that the pattern of your breath has already slowed a little. And maybe it is easier for you now just to let your eyelids close, if your eyelids have indeed remained open. But just to allow your eyes to close as much as feels comfortable for you, as you focus on your breath now, flowing in and out, in and out, in a gentle but circular tide. For we know that to breathe out, we have to have first taken an in-breath, and that each in-breath is necessary after we have let go of the previous breath. This is part of the cycle of life, the circle of life. And there are many cycles of life within nature that it can be helpful for us to reflect upon. And I'm going to ask you in a moment to visualize some things on the screen of your mind. But if a memory of something similar to what I am saying comes to mind and you want to use that memory instead of focusing on the screen of your mind, that is fine too, because there is wisdom within pattern and there is wisdom within memory. And if your mind brings to mind a memory in response to the words I'm going to say, then that memory is there as a resource for you to use, and it is the right way for you to flow with the memory, which you may just remember, or you may see as something like a film appearing on the screen of your mind, your own special screen. So you are out in nature. You're out in nature and you're aware of the geese. You're aware of a cluster of geese, a group of geese, a gaggle of geese, however you want to say it. There are quite a few geese. There may be 8 or 9, or there may be a huge number. And you know as you watch those geese, sometimes they fly around and they do a little circuit. Other times they're just there on the ground. But you know that in a few days, those geese are going to take flight. They're going to take flight on their journey of migration. And this journey is a journey that takes place over many days and nights, over many thousands of miles. And yet those geese will fly in a group, flying in unison, in perfect V formation, as they set off on their journey of migration, a journey that will take them many thousands of miles. And even though that journey is interrupted by sleep, those birds know exactly the direction that they will fly in, because some kind of compass that we don't quite understand, don't fully understand, is guiding the direction of their flight, is guiding their direction of their flight over many nights, those nights when sleep will interrupt the journey. But who knows, perhaps when they are sleeping, perhaps those birds experience their own dreams of the night, dreams that can be so inspiring, during sleep that is so rejuvenative. And we know that each of us too, as we watch those birds in flight, we know that we have a kind of inner compass, an inner compass that will guide us on our direction, will help us to find our direction as we fly through life, as we take those special journeys that are part of our lives. For we all know that sometimes, during some periods, we're just getting on with what we're doing. But then there are other times when we craft a new direction, and it's a bit like going on a journey of migration. Even though we don't usually go to another land, although sometimes we do, we know that as we follow that direction, follow our own inner compass, and do what the geese do, and take the time that the journey takes to develop and to fully arrive at our chosen destination, we are able to use our inner wisdom. And this vision of the geese serves to remind us that we all have our own direction finding skill. And we can all look back to a time in our lives when we made a change, and how when we had arrived at the new point after the change or changes that we had made, we could look back and wonder, we could look back in wonder at how we managed to make those changes that we did. So we know that we have our own inner direction finder that is perhaps more valuable, more purposeful, and more useful than we often give it credit for. But when we bring to mind these memories, or the images and the story of the geese, we are actually increasing our capacity to find our own inner direction finder, to find our own inner compass, and to set it in a way that will work for us. Because the intention of creating change is a very valuable starting point. And we don't always know exactly what we want that change to be. But the acknowledgement is an important starting point. And then we can invite our own inner wisdom to help us along a little bit. Or maybe a good idea just comes to mind, or there's a chance conversation, or something that we read, or something that we see online that gives us a big prompt, and we can explore that and see where it wants to take us. And maybe that will take us to somewhere we did not expect, somewhere that when we look back after the point of achievement, we will say, I don't know how I came to that. I don't know how I arrived at that possibility, but I did, and it's good. And we can all remember such times as this. And I would like you now to start to bring your attention back to everyday waking reality. To start to take deeper breaths. To begin to allow your eyes to open as you focus once again on the room or the place that you are sitting or laying in. And you may like to rest there for a few moments, or perhaps there is something you need to get up and do when you've had a little stretch, when you've had a little wriggle around. If you would like to organise a meditation designed specifically for you, or to have a hypnotherapy or hypnotherapy sessions, please get in touch with me. A link to my website can be found on my YouTube page. My hypnotherapy website is K Cook New Horizons Hypno. So if you enter in New Horizons -Hypno, it will come up.